Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today what we are going to be going over is the 2020 elections. One day away, 24 hours away from when we're actually going to decide them. So currently I'm going to be going through the presidential map, the Senate map, the House map, and the gubernatorial map. And kind of look at my current ratings without any toss-ups whatsoever and see kind of how they match up against, previous times and how they could definitely change within the next 24 hours. So what you have on your screen right now is my presidential map between Donald Trump and Joe Biden. Currently, I have Joe Biden winning. However, Donald Trump could easily go in and win Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and Florida and win because these are all tilt Democratic states. So it means that they're going to be under 1 point or under 2 points, sorry. And because of that, it's going to be very difficult for Joe Biden. He's going to really need a lot of things to go right for him, but so is Trump. I mean, Trump also has Maine's 2nd congressional district as a tilt for him. He has Georgia as a tilt for him, Ohio as a tilt for him. There are a lot of states that are in play for Joe Biden, and there generally are not too many for Donald Trump. He has not really expanded the battleground whatsoever, and if anything, Joe Biden has. So, personally, I think that I would give Trump about a 40% chance of winning to Joe Biden with about 60. And I think that if anything, it's just going to increase for Joe Biden as election night nears. Now going into the Senate map, I currently have the Democrats favored in the United States Senate. Originally, I did have the Democrats favored in Iowa with Theresa Greenfield. However, the Seltzer poll that recently came out. They are one of the most respected pollsters in the entire country. They have really good methodology. They currently have Donald Trump up by 7 points and Joe Biden, or not Joe Biden, Joni Ernst up by, I think, 4 points as well. And I think that has kind of just pushed Joni Ernst over the edge. I think it's going to be super close, but so is Georgia's regular election. Their special elections likely going to be close as well. And I think, I also moved Michigan into the lean column along with Maine, Arizona, and I think that's about it. Definitely more favorable gains for the Republicans. However, it definitely is still very close, and the Democrats have a better chance at taking the United States Senate. Again, like Joe Biden in the presidential level, I think is about 60-40, but contrary to that, I think the Republicans can really only improve. But there definitely is going to be a surprise in the night, and I have no clue what it's going to be. Now moving on to the House map. So currently I have the Democrats' favor to actually pick up seats. I think it's a net game of 4 seats, where the Republicans picking up seats. So I have the Republicans picking up seats in, I believe it's just Minnesota. I believe this is Minnesota's 5th congressional district, a very conservative district. I think, what's his name again? Colin Peterson. I think his time is basically up. I also see Max Rose, the current Democratic incumbent there, also being defeated along with Anthony Brandinski. I believe that's how you say his name. I also think that they are going to flip back to the Republicans. They were very narrow races back in 2018. And I think that even with heightened turnout, I still think that the Republicans are going to take it back. However, looking at the Democratic flips, you have California's 25th congressional district. I think that is going to flip back to the Democrats very narrowly. I think that David Schweikert, Halal Tipper Nini, who previously ran against Debbie Lesko in the 7th congressional or 8th. 8th congressional district in Arizona, who performed okay. Definitely is in a more competitive district, and I currently see her leaning and winning there. I also think that Julie Oliver is going to win in California's 25th, and I also I forgot what the candidate is for Texas 24th, but I also think that they are going to win there. They also have a bunch of competitive races that I could honestly see going either way. However, I do see Trump winning the state at large in or in the presidential level, and I think that is just going to kind of make it tilt a little bit more Republican in that way. Other than that, I completely forgot about Oklahoma. Oklahoma, I think that is going to be a Republican gain. I think that Kendra Horn is very, very, very narrowly going to lose out on the seats. I think that, especially with the heightened Democratic vote with the gubernatorial race in the state of Oklahoma, I think that we're not really going to see that replicated. And similarly, I think Kendra Horn is going to very narrowly lose her seat. In Florida, probably the same map is going to happen. If anything, I can see the Republicans making gains as contrary to the Democrats. In the state of Georgia, I think that Carolyn Bordeaux is going to flip this seat, I believe, in the 7th. Yep, the 7th congressional district. Rob Woodall is retiring. Again, a lot of seats I think are going to get a lot more competitive, as seen in Oregon, Iowa, Illinois. I think that they're definitely going to get more competitive, but I still don't see them flipping. What state? Minnesota's 1st congressional district is going to flip. I also think that this district, I think it's Fred Upton's seat, I think it's going to flip to the Democrats, along with Indiana's 5th congressional district. I also think that with Joe Biden outperforming Hillary Clinton's margin in Ohio, the 1st congressional district is going to go to the Democrats, and I can also see them taking back the seat in New Jersey's 2nd congressional district. It's a Democratic-leaning district, and I can easily see them taking it back. So with that, even though the Republicans did make, I think, 4 gains in total, still the Democrats would lead 243, and the Democrats generally are only going to improve. And I think that especially with heightened Democratic turnout already, and Joe Biden, if he were to be able to improve the margins in many different states, or if he were to win a state like Texas, Florida, or even make states like Virginia safe, I definitely can see a lot of states flipping, or not states, seats flipping. And finally, we're going to get into the gubernatorial races election. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. The gubernatorial ratings. And personally, I think that New Hampshire is going to be a likely state. A lot of polling says it's safe. I think it's just going to be very narrowly under 15 points. Vermont, I think, is safe. Indiana, North Dakota, and Utah, I also think are safe. Indiana, I previously had as likely. I'm moving it for the Republicans a little bit more. Montana and West Virginia, I think, are going to be likely. Montana is a flip, actually. The current lieutenant governor of Montana, who's a Democrat, is running, along with the current representative. The U.S. representative from the Seoul, Montana at-large district is running for governor as well. Current polling has it at about a likely margin, about 7 to 10 points, and I can see that definitely happening on election day. Washington and Virginia, I think Washington's going to be very narrowly under 15 points. The Republican candidates there are definitely going to overperform Joe Biden, and just Joe Biden on the presidential level. However, I still see Jay Inslee narrowing it out. In addition to that, I think that North Carolina, Roy Cooper is very popular in the state of North Carolina, especially with his COVID response, and I can see him winning by probably 10 points at this point. And in Delaware, I can also see that safely going to the Democrats. So the Republicans would make a net gain of 1 in the gubernatorial ratings, which is pretty significant, especially considering that the 2022 map is going to involve redistricting, and the governors are definitely going to play a huge role in that, especially if that's within their state redistricting laws. So yeah, these are the current maps that I have for the presidential level, the Senate level, the House level, and the gubernatorial level. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know down in the comments below what you think is subject to change, and thank you so much for watching.